Welcome one last time to the Lemmings Forums level design contest number 27 playthrough, everyone. And this video will cover the intended solutions to my levels. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So first up is my Rule 17. Stop blowing up my construction work. And yes, there is a time limit of 1 minute and 50 seconds here. And the time limit is needed here because without the time limit, there are some waiting around solutions that will work, and there are even some elements of the solution that would not be used at all. So sadly, I will have to put in a time limit here in order to enforce the solution I had in mind better. And yes, Icho did bring up a point in his most recent video of the updated solutions, and yes, maybe I could relax the time limit a bit by making a full 2 minutes. But from what I remembered in the earlier version, I saw that even providing an extra 10 seconds still allowed you to background below. I can't exactly remember all the details right now, but I would definitely look into it. And if that is the case, where no backgrounds can be done, I would definitely loosen up the time limit. But for now, this will remain as is. But anyway, yes, I had two solutions here. I think they just slightly differ here, but I think the only difference here was just simply the stacker placement over here. But anyway, the most recent change here pretty much added a bit of terrain here on the staircase here in order to eliminate some precision that Icho unfortunately brought onto himself. I said, you made the bottom left more complicated than it needed to be. But at the same time, it was also to enforce a trick that I had in mind in this area here. And I did see it in Icho's most recent solution, so therefore, yes, I'm happy. Because it now has all the tricks I wanted. But anyway, yes, we had 3 entrances here with somewhat a high release rate. And yes, it's another X of everything low in all 4 skill types for this rule set. So it's very, very similar to Icho's lows. Except here it's a 4 of everything rather than 3 of everything. And the track that you're listening to here, it's called, I think, like, Rebel something. I forget now, but, like, yes. I've heard this track when I was doing my Let's Play at the Revenge of the Lemmings new format version, a few months ago. I said, ooh, this is very epic sounding music, so I decided to use it for this level here. So, yes, if you ever decide to go through Revenge of the Lemmings for new formats Neo Lemmings, that's where you can hear this track. So the only reason I chose it was just I really like the way it sounds and everything. Very epic sounding and all. But anyway, so yes, after 4 Lemmings have been released, I go ahead and max out the release rate to 99. And then after the next Lemming for this entrance appears, then I drop the release rate back down to 70. Okay, and then first Lemming to reach the gap here will platform across from both sides. First Lemming to go up this slope terrain here will stack. This is the only way to save the crowd from spotting here. Oh, actually, I probably should not have done that yet. And then, next Lemming behind the stacker will go ahead and bomb. And you need to do it in such a way so that some wall still remains to the right. Because I think taking this way will cause you to lose too much time, or rather, use too much time, and then you run out before you can finish low. But anyway, this is important in that you bomb it and Lemming not too far behind the stacker, because part of the stack does need to remain so that you create a platform for those coming from above. And I also max out the release rate at some point again. Oh yes, after the first Lemming, after the next Lemming comes out at this entrance again. So let me make sure here. So yes, after the next Lemming comes out with this entrance, then I max out the release rate again. And it's just all for some timing here. It's not really so much for the time limit here, but rather just more for the timing of skill assignments to make the solution work. Yes, first Lemming that reaches over here, going to the left, will stack. So this is as far left as you can at the very top of the platform here. Okay, and then the next Lemming that gets on top of the stack will build, so that we can reach the structure up here with 2 builders. So yes, as you can see, Yeah, this right here is this platform. So I believe it's just saved by 1 pixel, or rather, almost faded by 1 pixel here. But yeah, it is saved. Yeah, so that's the reason why. Yeah, you need to bomb in such a way so you don't remove all of the stack. Yeah, as long as the top pixel of the stack remains. Yeah, that's enough to save the Lemmings coming from above from spotting. By the way, yeah, the last Lemming coming from above will build to get across the gap and also to reach the button. And then last Lemming, or rather one of the Lemmings going out back to the right here, yeah, he will stack. Pretty much the one that's mostly by himself. Yes. And then, hold on. Yes, I use this Lemming right here to bomb. So right when he's at the leftmost pixel, at the stack on top, yeah, then I go ahead and bomb. And it's done in such a way so that it takes part of the stack on the right side away, so that others can step up on it. And it also removes the stack as well. Yeah, that will block the others from coming if they're on the right side. So yeah, I essentially release them as early as possible here. Although I could certainly use another Lemming to do it instead. Yeah, although not too much long after the one I did here. Yeah, otherwise you'll run out of time. Yes, and this is absolutely necessary because if you bombed a Lemming that's on the stack that's too low, yeah, then you also break through the floor here. And then some of them will slip by and then walk into the needles trap here. Yeah, you don't want that. So you need to bomb when he's high enough on the stack so that you do not break through the wooden platform. Okay, and then after pushing the button, we go ahead and platform across. Okay, and then platform across here. Yeah, pretty much when he's as far left as possible. And then also here, we build in such a way so that we the first pixel of the brick, yeah, closes off the gap and does not allow anyone else to follow him. Yeah, that's important. And this, quite honestly, was a bit difficult to figure out how to enforce that. Yeah, and it seems that this is the best way to do it. And essentially, you will notice here that the steel blocks at the bottom is 1 pixel further out to the right than the steel block up here. Yeah, that's important because if they will line up exactly, then when you bomb to release them, it will unfortunately break through the foot of the staircase and unfortunately allow them to slip on through and fall down here again. So yeah, that's the reason why the law was made this way. Or rather, the structure was designed this way. So yes, it's pretty much all about syncing up these platformer and builder together, so that the platformer finishes a bit before the builder, and will catch the builder with the stacker. So yes, and then eventually the stacker will be high enough so that some Lemmings will go up here to push this button. Yep, and then finally all this left to do is to bomb away the platformer bridge here. So, why is this called Stop Blowing Up by Construction Work? That's because all the bombers, if you use them all in the intended solution, they're all intended to blow up the terrain added by the constructor skills. Now, there are some cases where you could blow up the normal terrain as well, but all bomber cases here do blow up the terrain added by the constructor skills. So that's the reason for the level title, and it pretty much in a way serves as a kind of hint too, as to the solution. So this solution finishes with 10 seconds remaining. As for my other solution here, again, I think it's just simply to show that more than one stacker placement is possible. This is Route 17, so I've already scrolled too far. So I want the one with the later timestamp here. So yeah, it should pretty much be the same. Yeah, up until this point over here. So yeah, maxing out the release rates at the same times as the previous solution. So yeah, this time I do not stack at the very edge of the platform here. So really, it's just to show you that more than one stacker placement is possible. So therefore, yeah, it's not all pixel precise here. Yeah, the only pixel precision parts in the solution are the stack down here, and also this platformer and the builder staircase, and also the stacker. So I do apologize for that, but I think that was the only way I could get the solution, or rather the tricks I intended here to work. And then, oh yes, and then I also stack with a different lemming this time as well. Yeah, and then once again, when the stacker is created enough, yeah, so that the lemming that steps on is high enough in order to blow through part of the stack here and also not break through the floor. So in this way, yeah, the lemmings are a bit farther behind the builder worker here. Yeah, but the important thing is that you get one up and far enough ahead so that he can seal off the gap with a builder before the others catch up. And then the rest of the solution is the same. And I believe it finishes a few seconds slower than my first one. And then, yes, I forgot to mention here. Yeah, so it removes that one pixel of the builder staircase here to release the crowd. And that's very, very important. So I forgot to mention, that bomber assignment is pixel precise as well. Yeah, there's only one possible position for it to work. Yeah, otherwise you'll blow up too much of the staircase and they will just fall down here. And then you have doomed the lemmings. Well, at least them to the timer. Yeah, and then finally just bomb through the platform bridge. Actually, is it even possible to no, I don't think it's possible to just blow through the wooden staircase as well. Yeah, blew up a bit of it there. No, it's not possible. Okay. So yeah, all bombers that you use here will blow up through the terrain added by the constructor skills. So, hence the reason behind the title. So yeah, I'm just gonna skip all the way to the end here. Oh, and yeah, just see the final bomber assignment here. No, it actually finished with the same amount of time. Oh, that's pretty interesting. Anyway, yeah, next one up will be my Route 2. So, Route 2-5, Swim Team Rush, and again, a time limit of 4.5 minutes here. And sadly, I cannot add in a few extra seconds because that will result in back routes. Uh, 2-5 here. So yeah, you start out with an almost maxed out release rate. But here, I max out the release rate for 2 lemmings at the start here, and then before dropping it back down to the default. And then after 1 more lemming, I go ahead and max out the release rate again. And from my understanding, I believe it is possible to do this without maxing out the release rate for the entire low. But you will have to do it because... actually, no, it's not really necessary. Yeah, this part can still work, even if you don't max out the release rate. And the music track here is one of the PSP music tracks that plays whenever you're playing a crystal low. Okay, yes, that's right. 2 of them will go on by, and then the third one behind these 2 will stone at this exact position, so that no one else can follow these 2. Yeah, they are blocked by the stoner. And yeah, this right here, this block of terrain is exactly 4 pixels into the water. And this comes from the fact that there was a Neo-Lemmings change to the swimmer physics, where 4 pixels is pretty much like the cutoff point, in which they will are able to dive. But after that, yeah, they will just simply be blocked and won't dive under. And that's exactly what the stoner terrain does here. So these 2 lemmings that go on by, yeah, one of them gets killed by the trap, but the other one gets on through. And in this case, yeah, the zapper is a very quick killing trap. So even with 3 lemmings, yeah, it will still kill the 3rd lemming. But anyway, yes, this fencer unfortunately had to be a pickup because otherwise it can be abused at the very start to get through this terrain here. Though I'm wondering if it might be possible to like just add a steel block or something while not blocking off the miner. Yeah, I haven't exactly tried that, so I don't know if it will work or not. But anyway, we pick up the fencer pickup. And then we mine here to release the crowd. So yes, everyone else is able to get out of the water now. So at least in my solution here, yeah, I let two of them turn around before bashing on through, and then yes, it's a bit hard to notice, but there is steel on this thin pole here. Yeah, and that was to block up a very, very glaring background, which allows you to send multiple lemmings past the zapper trap, and allow you to finish with far more time remaining in when the level is solved. So yes, so when the basher breaks on through, he hits the steel and then turns around as well. So this fortunately is enough of a distance so that this slicer trap does not kill the basher as well. So as a result, I am able to send two lemmings to the right. Yeah, if you do it with any other lemming, yeah, then like say after sending, or rather after three of them turn around, yeah, then the basher will also get killed too. Yeah, but this is just barely enough time, yeah, to allow you to do that. This with two lemmings on the right side here. So I just let the first one go on to the top here, while the next one will just simply mine into the and get stopped by the water pool here. Yeah, and then we just bash up here, and then in the meantime, first lemming to reach here will bomb to the pole. Okay, and this is critical. Yeah, you need to fence while you're down here so that you break through the terrain, so that no one is able to walk into the slicer trap here. Okay, and then once you reach over here, yeah, where the terrain is thin enough, yeah, then you bomb so that you allow a path to the exit. And then, as mentioned before, the water pool will stop the miner here. And yes, originally this terrain wasn't here before, and same thing with the steel block. But yeah, I had to add this in, yeah, so that the so that you can still finish the level on time. Yeah, because as you can see, this is a lot of walking to do. Yeah, back and forth. So yeah, to reduce the amount of walking, yeah, I modified this area so that the lemmings are more compressed by the time they get over here. And then finally, all that's left to do is to mine into the water pool from this side. And that's it. So they will just simply make their way through here. So yeah, this definitely took a lot of modifications in order to get to work, because the reason for the time limit is because if there was no time limit, or rather if the time limit was high enough, yeah, then what you could do here is that you'd be allowed to bash on this very long section here, bash on through here, and then just fence up to the exit. And there was one more route here that would have worked too, but now I can't. There was one other route that could have worked. I believe it was right here. Yeah, and that was only if you were able to send multiple lemmings through the zapper trap. Yeah, basically you can just bash through here with one of the lemmings that got on by safely, and then just work your way through here by fencing. I'm sorry, bashing and then fencing. So that was a very glaring background that allowed you to finish with, I think, close to a full minute. Yeah, I don't quite remember now, but yes, that's the reason for the time limit here. For the time limit the way it is. Yeah, to block out those two alternative solutions. Yeah, and so therefore, if you don't take this intended one, yeah, then you'll just run out of time. So there you have it. That's route 2. And then finally, for my route 3, it's this one. So route 37, hero time again. And then yes, all 3 of my contest levels do have time limits this time. Yeah, but I can assure everyone, it's not because it's not an arbitrary reason at all. Yeah, but rather these are just simply to block out back routes. And in this case, though, it's only because of the type of level that inspired this one. So yes, we do have a time limit of 1 minute here as well. And yes, this is pretty similar to Nish's R3. In that, yeah, there's also a 1 minute time limit here. But yes, from the level title itself, this is this was inspired by Mayhem 3 of Lemmings 1. Yeah, which was called It's Hero Time. So you can probably guess from that title alone that it was inspired by Mayhem 3. And so that's the only reason for the time limit, 1 minute time limit. In that, it's a hero, it's hero time type of level. Yeah, that I wanted to make here. And so yes, I know how very unoriginal this is, but well, there wasn't any other level that I could think of to make for this rule set. So that's the way it is, and that's the reason why we have a 1 rating skill set. But you have a maxed out skill panel here with 10 skill types. So here I made a load which does incorporate the 2 new Lemmings skills here, the slider and the laser. And then here's one of my solutions here. And yes, for these door traps here, I would have to thank Icho here, yeah, for his feedback and expertise on the L3 door traps. Yeah, in that they do have outer frames. Because before that, in all the other versions, yeah, they didn't have the outer frame. So yes, I thank him for that. And I also thank him for his compliment on this. And there is yeah, one thing that I would like to do thank for that. So, but that will come later. So yes, I used the last lemming in the crowd here to dig. And then yeah, we're almost the last lemming in this crowd. Yeah, I go ahead and bash. Yeah, and this is very important that the lemmings aren't going out to the right. Yeah, after 1 basher stroke, or after more than 1 basher stroke. Yeah, otherwise it would just run out of time. So really, I think this is just to illustrate the fact that you can still finish the load or solve the load this way and still finish on time. Yes, and then after walking through it, I platform. And then after almost finishing the animation going to the right, yeah, then I clone the platformer. And then after breaking on through, yeah, when he has fallen for a while, then I go ahead and give him a glider. Yep, and then go ahead and build to patch up the gap and also to make him turn around. Okay, and then this right here, yeah, I placed the bomber when he was just a pixel away from getting killed by the cannibal trap here. But in other solutions, yeah, you can also bomb in such a way so that you don't make a hole in the floor, but it will allow you to get through the trap unharmed. So yeah, so there's the trap trigger. Pretty deep into the terrain here, but it is absolutely necessary because 1 pixel higher, and it would allow you to hack your way through here by digging and bashing, and then also building, and then you will be able to reach the other side before the others arrived. So that's the reason why the trigger is buried deeply as it is. Now I have noticed that the door traps have higher trigger areas by pixel, but well, it wouldn't make the traps look as nice. So that's the reason why I swapped. Or rather, in earlier versions, originally there was a door trap here instead, but yeah, in a later version, I swapped it out with the cannibal trap. So that's the reason why it's here now. And then yes, first lemming to reach here will laser, and this level definitely illustrates the speed of the skills pretty well here, in my opinion. Yeah, you could use a fencer here, for example, but the problem is that yeah, one problem is that you'll end up here and then you walk into the door trap, and also the other disadvantage is that the fencer is far slower than the laser. So yes, the laser is the best skill to use here. And then first lemming that's in the lead, yeah, will become a slider. Yeah, he needs to take a different path from the others so that he can reach the wall in time to fence on through before the others arrive and turn around and get killed by the master trap here. Yep, and this finishes with pretty much 1 second remaining. But as the solution shows, yeah, it is possible to finish on time with the way I assigned the skills at the very beginning. But again, it has to be done that way, because otherwise, if the lemmings were allowed to walk more to the right after bashing, then you will run out of time, as the timer shows here. But anyway, yeah, another solution I want to show here. Yeah, it's another solution of mine. Really, the only difference here is just which lemmings to assign the skills. So, once again, I used the last lemming in the crowd here to dig. But this time, I use the final lemming going to the right to bash. So this allows you to save like an extra second, but again, it doesn't really break the law in any way. Yeah, it's just to show you that multiple solutions are possible here. yeah, you get to pick and choose here. So here, yeah, this time I platform immediately when he touches the ground. But I delayed the cloning assignment until he has laid 2 platformer bricks. Yeah, and then here, almost clone, I'm sorry, not clone, almost assigned the glider at the same spot as the previous one. But again, doesn't really matter here, I don't think. And then, yeah, once again, just build to patch up the gap, and so he turns around as well. Yes, and I still bomb the exact same way. Yeah, so that the lemmings fall before the trap. Yeah, but the builder finishes on time. Yeah, before anyone can fall to the bottomless pit. And then the rest of the solution is the same. So laser on through, slider, and with the first lemming deck that's in the lead, and then finally fence on through. And this should finish with 2 seconds remaining. Yes. So not even close to 1 second remaining here. So this is a bit more efficient than the first one, but again, it just depends on which lemming you assign the basher and also the I think it's just a basher, not so much the digger, I think. But anyway, there is one more solution that I wanted to show here, and that is to thank Icho here. Yeah, his solution. And I also thank him for the compliment on this low. So here he uses the first lemming in the crowd here to dig. So yeah, other than which lemmings to assign the skills at the very start here, yeah, the only other difference is the bomber placement. But yeah, so he uses the final lemming to bash here. Yeah, and then he platforms immediately touching the ground here. And then same thing, clone as late as possible here, after laying 2 platformer bricks. Yeah, and then assign the glider, pretty much around the same spot I did, I think. And then, yeah, build across the gap, of course. Yeah, but this time, instead of bombing right next to the trap trigger, yeah, he bombs a little further away, so that, once again, yeah, there's no floor, there's no hole through the floor here. And instead, everyone can just simply walk through the trap unharmed, yeah, to the other side. And so this pretty much eliminates any tricky timing here, which might involve some possible casualties, because the builder does not finish on time before anyone falls through the bottomless pit. But that's okay by me. So this solution I was pretty much on the fence for quite a while here. Yeah, because it does, I kind of did want to enforce, like, just illustrates the difference in that you have to use the last few lemmings to do the work. But after a while, after thinking long and hard about this, I said, yeah, I'll just accept this. Yeah, because it's really a huge nitpick on my part if I do end up enforcing my solution. But in any case, the core element is there. Yeah, bombing to avoid the cannibal trap is intended, regardless of how you place it. So yeah, there's that. But yeah, just once again, it is pixel precise. Yeah, it has to be done at this exact spot. Otherwise, you will not get past a trap. Yeah, or as mentioned before, yeah, you can also bomb, yeah, any pixel after the placement of the bomber here. But in this case, yeah, you would just simply fall down here instead. Yeah, before the trap. But again, yeah, that's the only difference there. Yeah, the bomber usage to avoid the trap is intended though. And then of course, yeah, the rest of the solution is the same. Laser on through. First lemming in the lead gets a slider, and then finally fence on through. So yeah, this also finishes with 2 seconds remaining. So there you have it. Okay, so those were all my contest lows, and just in some cases showed multiple solutions, just to illustrate that, yeah, more than one is possible, and also just to eliminate any doubt as to whether some skills need to be placed precisely or not. Oh yes, and I do need to mention that my Route 3 one was a very late submission. It came about 2 weeks after the playing phase had started, I think. But well, during the time when I was still making it, yeah, a lot of things in life did get in the way, and also I had a lot of trouble trying to visualize how to make my Route 3. In particular, in very early drafts of the level, the intended solution was too slow by about 12 seconds. So I was like, oh boy, how am I going to get this to fit with the Icho time type of low to make the solution work within one full minute? And then eventually, after quite a long time thinking about it, yeah, I was eventually able to make it all work out in the end. So it seems that it turns out to be quite okay. Though pretty much there has only been 2 people who have played. Yeah, Icho is one of them, and then another one who isn't as proficient in level solving, but well, in any case, yeah, the fact still remains that only 2 people have played my lows this time, so, or all my lows this time, I think. Uh, no, I'm wrong. There have been other people as well. Yeah, Simon and Gio have both played my Route 1 and Route 2 lows, I believe, but they have not played my Route 3. So yes, it still stands. Yeah, at least 2 people have played all 3 of my lows. So again, yeah, I thank everyone for all the feedback that they have provided and helping me patch out back routes. Yeah, that I was like either unaware of or a bit due to an oversight or whatever. But yes, in any case, yeah, I think these lows turned out to be quite alright. Yeah, I am definitely putting far more time into the decorations and everything to my lows. So I am definitely getting much better at it, and my recent lows definitely shows with the visual aspects and everything. So yeah, in any case, I still enjoyed this one, even if I was late on one of them. But well, once again, yeah, like I said, I thank everyone for to those who played my lows and for the feedback. And with this, these were the intended solutions to my content lows. So there is pretty much 1 day remaining for the playing phase, and after that, yeah, I think sometime over the weekend the voting phase might begin. But yeah, whenever that starts, then that will start. Yeah, it all depends on Icho's busy schedule and all, and whether he will have time to do it or to set it up. So yes, this is LDC number 27, everyone. So with this, I hope you enjoyed seeing my solutions to all the contest lows and also the intended solutions to my own contest lows. And I'll see you all around for the future LTCs and any future projects that I do. So with this, peace out and have a great day.